Hey everyone, so after doing tons of editing, I checked into YouTube. I saw this and that and saw people posting about Betty and the Orrin and Orson, or named Classic and Sincere by their biological parents. The trial's starting. A court order has been put out prohibiting live streaming, as far as I've gathered, even audio being shared. However, it appears Betty went live and stated she'd be live streaming the proceedings. She also made insensitive remarks regarding another case. When I saw she's doing damage controls / strengthening her only ally left on YouTube besides the creep, I knew I had to check it out.
Wait, so the lady cop was in the back with her.
Okay, yeah, she wasn't trying to escape.
And the man told her she just got another charge. Good.
Yeah, I heard him say that, and she said, they said, you tried to escape, and she said, no, I didn't. I wasn't trying to escape. And to me, it didn't appear that she was trying to escape. All right, we got Bullhorn Betty.
Here comes my girl. Come on, Betty.
Good morning, all. It's really, really early, but I came in and I just fell out. I just dropped everything. Like, I was hungry. All I had yesterday was like a cup of lobster bisque soup, and I came in and I dropped everything, and I just crawled into bed.
It's okay.
The reason why people are so pissed off at me is because I called to the courthouse. I thought there was things with the phone system. And so I called to the courthouse, told them who I was, what I wanted to do, and told them I was trying to find the actual stream as opposed to being on the voice or on the telephone.
And for what case is this for?
This is for the West case. Well,
The
apparently,
Owen and Orson West, the boys?
yes.
Okay.
The phone system. And so I called to the courthouse, told them who I was, what I wanted to do, and told them I was trying to find the actual stream as opposed to being on the voice or on the telephone.
Okay.
And apparently there's an order saying that you can only record, we can only release the opening arguments, the closing arguments, and the verdict, but everything else we can listen to, we just can't restream. So they all these roaches came charging into my room. Of course, I didn't believe them because naturally I just called the courthouse. They walked me through and set all this stuff up with me. So naturally I'm not listening to these roaches. And of course, them coming in and screaming at me. They do that all the time. So I wouldn't listen to them anyways because of their conduct. Well, I called out of the courthouse because right when I started streaming, it was going into the lunch break. So I called out of the courthouse again, and it sounded like the lady that walked me through all this that I spoke to that picked up the phone, and she was really sweet. She's like, I really need to get you to the right person. So I think she realized that she might have provided me inappropriate information. I don't think it was her fault, but still it's something for everybody to be upset with.
So the information is out there for the public, but no individual can share it? Is that what you're saying to me?
We can all watch it independently. We just can't restream it.
Sounds pretty simple to me.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
okay, so if I went to the site right now, I can watch and listen to everything. I just can't watch and listen to you play it.
Right. Honestly,
when can they I guess they own the rights to the audio. I guess
it's the court order. It's up to the judge's discretion, but every order they were giving me just basically said it was up to the judge's discretion, and the judge was playing it, so I assumed that was his discretion. So it's a really stupid rule. Honestly,
when can they I guess they own the rights to the audio. I guess it's
no,
the
it's not
property.
that.
Could you listen to it and talk about it? Could you verbatim go listen to it and then recite it?
Bingo.
Yeah, I get not sharing it, but could you listen to it and come back and tell your viewers, hey, this is what's going on?
I could literally be sitting there with an earbud in my ear giving a play-by-play, and it'll be all above.
Well, I ain't saying like complete, but just in general, you can listen to it and tell your viewers. They don't have a problem with people doing that, right?
Right. Well, it doesn't matter whether they have a problem with it. All that matters is what's in that court order. And so I called the court, so they sent me the court order directly. And since, of course, me telling everybody that we're going to be doing live coverage on Monday, even my mods are like, don't restream that. I never said I'm restreaming. But we are doing live coverage of the case, so everybody's assuming that I'm going to break the rules and start playing the channel. But I'm a very clever. I'm a very clever.
I used to do play-by-play for the UFC fights back in the day, and I never showed the fights. I just figured people were watching the fights, and I was just talking through it.
Right.
So I mean, if that's weird. I thought when it was out in the public that you could share anything out in the general public.
Right, but that's why everybody's so mad. If you're asking why is everybody so hot, it's because of that. It's because
I didn't even hear about that one, Betty. Really.
Yeah.
What I heard about was something about kids being you said something about kids or something.
No, but
kids,
I can't help the facts. I can't help the facts. So here's what it is: the Marion Three. It's sad to say that the victims of that, the three people that died, they were all six of them were part of this band of kids that were robbing people. And one set of kids turned on the other set of kids, and it's upsetting to me because it seems like the set of kids that got executed, pending the identity of the third male because they never released the third male, appears that all the white kids in this band of six were gunned down by the black kids. And I'm sorry, it's an obvious. There's nothing. Bullhorn Betty didn't make these facts up.
Betty, when you talk in third person and say Bullhorn Betty didn't make these things up, it makes whatever you're saying that's already annoying to others even more annoying when you talk in third person like that. Just FYI, not that she'd care, but yeah, cringe.
But right. So here's the thing on the laws. If you're charged as a juvenile, as an adult, you commit a crime, you're charged as an adult. Can they not execute you, give you the death penalty in this country? I'm not positive of the law myself.
There's a
I'm saying if you're charged as an adult, I know as a minor they cannot give you the death penalty, but if they charge you as an adult, can they give you the death penalty or just life in prison?
No, it depends on the age of the child. If I remember, there's some kind of a Supreme Court decision that came out that said it was unconstitutional to give a child the death penalty. Right. So it really depends on their age. So what you see is most of these kids that commit these violent crimes.
But once you say you're charging somebody as an adult, they're no longer a child.
But it still has the Supreme Court's based on age, not
it is.
Even though they committed the crime as a minor, they're charged as an adult. They still hold them as a minor as in life in prison.
Yeah, there was some sort of Supreme Court decision. I can't remember which one, but I remember when it came.
So you weren't saying. I mean, I know they hate telling me but you were just saying these bad kids, they deserve that did these things deserve the death penalty, basically.
They deserve the death penalty, and I was very cautious and said, I don't want.
How old are the kids? I have no clue. So
the oldest child is 17 years old. The oldest victim is 17
years old. Oh, that's adult in most states. You know, you in the South, 16, you an adult. You go to prison.
One of the assailants was only 12.
Okay, yeah, you don't execute that kid.
Well, according to Betty, you do, Dolly. Just hear for yourself.
the bleeding hearts wanting to save children. Some children are not worth saving, and I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Just like some dogs. Some dogs are too vicious that they have to be euthanized. And we have to take into consideration, because we consider dogs animals. Human beings are animals too. We're just a different species of animals. We're all mammals. We are all this, even dogs. They have hair, they breathe oxygen, they give live birth. We are mammals. We are animals.
Thank you, Stacey.
And some of us are too vicious to live amongst the rest of us. And we need to euthanize them like we do the vicious dogs. And that's how I feel. I don't think an age changes what's in their heart, in their mind, and in their soul.
Where was this at?
Marion County,
But
Florida.
17 to me, 17 in some states you're legal, you can get married, all kinds of shit. You're a grown man at 17, you know right from wrong. You know, I think at that age, yeah, you at that age, if you're charged as an adult, you know what I'm saying? If I sat on your jury and you was facing the death penalty and you did something heinous, you know, depending on the circumstances, you know.
Yeah. And
But I would say at 17, you know right from wrong.
and of course, there's still underage kids with the Trent case too.
But definitely, you know, kids that, you know, they're young, their brain ain't completely developed, they can be misguided, misled. You know, there's a lot of reasons you probably shouldn't execute young offenders, you know. But there's a lot, in this world we live in, there is some young people, especially when you get to teenage ages, like 16, 17, that do some of the most heinous, crazy shit. And, you know, as a society, what do we do with that? Because you're 2 years older, we can give you death penalty. Or, I say, you know, life in prison for people under 18. You know, you just never get out. You know, as far as executing legal injection, probably not say that for people that are over 18 that commit crimes, but I don't know. You caught some heat for that one. I see a lot of people talking about that one. I wasn't completely sure what the case was about and what you was referring to.
Well, it also might be the Trenton case, because all the kids, that's the Glenn County, Georgia, where because I just came from Lilani, but before that I went to Glenn.
You know, that the one thing that's really bad is that the young people, if you go into prison and duke it out, once they've had that violent experience, right, they go into a violent environment and then they come out and sometimes they're even worse than they were. Because you know what I mean? It's just it's almost like there's not a win-win there at all.
No, it's like that going to prison. And granted, I do believe there are some people that are, you know, don't need to be around society, but I don't think that heavy punishment should be for everybody. And we personally feel that judges should have to go to prison in order to provide that kind of sentencing, because they don't know what they're providing to people. And, you know, some petty crimes are getting 10 years. And to me, that is institutionalizing somebody. You've got a petty crime, and now you're going to make a hardened criminal out of this person, as opposed to getting them the help they need. Are they having financial problems? Do they have a drug problem? Do they have a mental problem? And I really, you know, I don't think that the prisons are for everyone. And I'm sorry, that's how I believe.
Well, I mean, we can go into the same kind of scenario with kids too, because it depends on the kids' upbringing, what kind of environment they were created in. You know what I'm saying? Their parents and then their actions. We got to judge these kids that do horrible things on a little bit on their upbringing, like what made them be the little monsters that they are. You know, and there's reasons for it. All kids, I don't think a kid is born bad. You know what I'm saying? I think a kid can take a bad path. You know what I'm saying? But I think with the right people and the right love and the right people around any kid, they will do great in life. Honestly, more you need anything in this world is love. If you got somebody that cares about you, you'll be fine.
It's because of my euthanization comment. So I basically said that I was talking about the kids, and I basically said there are kids and adults that are too violent for saving. That they need to be, you know, that just like caged dogs. You know, you have dogs that are vicious.
But when you say kids,
ourselves, and
when you say kids, that ain't the adult mind. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If your kid that is an adult age kid, you know, a young adult, then yeah, I get it. But a kid, saying kid itself, is saying that this mind is not fully developed. To me, that's what a kid is. It's a person that his mind is not fully developed.
Yeah, when it comes to these children, there are some kids that are just horrible, rotten apples. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and kowtow to, you know, a PC or a bleeding heart. I'm talking about violent people that take another life, that had no consequences or no conscience of taking another person's life. They will never be the same again. You got Aiden Fauci. Do you think that boy will ever be able to walk among us? Of course not.
No.
There are just some children out there that are truly pure.
We said that girl 104 times. That was so horrible. That was so horrible. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I get it. And I see where people would be upset about what you're saying too. You know, it's one of those double-edged swords. Yeah, crime in this country is bad. There are some really horrible kids doing really, really horrible things. But the key word is this: are they kids or are they adults? If they're kids, we don't euthanize kids. We try to fix our kids.
Yeah,
if they're adults, we treat them like adults and they get the punishment that adults get. That's just how I feel about it. You know.